Star Wars Shatterpoint is finally up for pre-order. Prices have been revealed, and even a possible release date, as well as a pre-order bonus, kind of from the looks of it. But I don't recommend pre-ordering yet. My name is Nate, and welcome to the Gamers Guild. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited about this game. Probably about as excited as anyone else. But I'm not going to pre-order yet, and there are a few reasons why. But first, I also want to mention why I even made this video in the first place. I've seen a lot of general distaste for the idea of pre-orders or the price points on some of the new products that have gone up for pre-order today. So can I just say, please don't rain on someone else's parade? Let people get excited about something that they are excited about. There's absolutely no need to insinuate that people are stupid for wanting to pre-order or that AMG is a company full of money-hungry corporate types. If you are watching this video and want to pre-order, go ahead, do it. But I also hope you hear me out on why I am waiting. As for AMG, I have gotten a chance to talk to them multiple times about Marvel Crisis Protocol mainly, and stuff, but really they started out as a relatively small and passionate team. Their love for both the lore, the gameplay, and the hobby aspect really all shine through their live streams, their interactions with the community, but also just in the product that they put out, I feel like. These are guys that enjoy the comics, movies, and shows that we do as well. As for the price of the product, I'll talk about that at the end because it is just kind of a different thing. Anyways, AMG have given us 7 new items that are up for pre-order. We have the core set, 2 terrain packs, 2 expansions, 1 for the good guys, 1 for the more villainous of us, then additional measuring tools and a dice pack that you already will find in the core box anyway. So lots of cool toys that won't be actually showing up for another 5 months. Maybe you can catch a demo at Adepticon or another con if you were lucky to get your hands on it a little bit sooner. 5 months is still a long ways away, and that is one of the few reasons I am not pre-ordering right now. The biggest one, though, is, well, because aside from the AMG staff and people, the rest of us don't really have any idea how this game plays. Just really all we know is that it's a Star Wars IP skirmish game where there is some level of mix and match squad building, but that's pretty much it. And I am not one who is about to commit to buying something for $200 that I may not actually like when I know nothing about it. As someone who did manage a GameStop for a while, I am really familiar with the pre-order system and don't really begrudge AMG for putting up their pre-orders when they did this early. Pre-orders for the publishing studio, video game, or tabletop, either way, alerts them to the general interest in the game and in what parts of the world that interest is in so that they can try to have product ready in those areas, maybe increase advertising, so on and so on. On a store-to-store basis, though, it's important so that they can gauge interest in the community to make sure they have enough product for those who have interest. As well, for something that is going to be played locally at stores, if an LGS gets a lot of orders for the Shatterpoint core set, for example, then they likely know to get a few more extra than they may have originally planned on, since the community is likely to grow. Or they'll know to get a couple extra of Obi-Wan and Dooku expansions for when people want to expand their collection. But at the store level, pre-orders don't really start to matter until maybe a month out from releases or less. All this to say, there isn't a lot of reason to pre-order right now. At GameStop, when there were incentives to pre-order some games because of scarcity, was actually an issue. Neo on the PS4, for example, was a game we only had a couple of pre-orders on and only got those 2 copies of the game. After the fantastic reviews started to drop for it and everything else, we probably had to turn away around 15 people on the day of just because we simply didn't have the game to sell them. I don't think that this issue will pop up for Shatterpoint, though. The other reason to pre-order is if you get something in return. For a video game, that could be a cool skin, a bonus character, or even an extra mission pack, and it seems AMG have done this with Shatterpoint, kind of. Thanks to someone spilling the news a bit early, we know that stores that are a part of Asmodee's Hobby Next program, whatever that is, are getting an early release of Padawan Ahsoka Tano as a bonus for those who make pre-orders through those participating local gaming stores. So there is an incentive to make a pre-order, but through your local store, which is really cool that it's not through the online Asmodee shop. But again, you can do this closer to that 1 month out mark than within the next month. Also, because it was a bit of a leaked news, AMG has already confirmed that it is only an early release, not a limited release nor an exclusive release. So if you don't find an LGS that is a part of the Hobby Next program, or don't end up pre-ordering it, you can still get Padawan Ahsoka at a later time if you want. So again, the main reasons why I am not pre-ordering now, or even before March, is because there isn't any need or benefit on the customer's end to do so. Come April or May, closer to that release date, maybe, but even that is going to really be more reliant on what I think of my time with the game at Adepticon and how the rules work and play. There really isn't a lot of reason to tie up a bunch of money in something we don't know much about. For those who are jumping in head first, again, no shame, but keep in mind that you should be able to back out of your pre-order once AMG releases the rulebook or some gameplay if it doesn't look to be your thing. Before I sign off, I do quickly want to touch on what a lot of people are saying are outrageous prices for this game. The core box is around $165 US, and the expansions seem to be around $50 MRSP. The core box then comes out looking like a great deal, coming with what equates to 4 expansions worth of models, not to mention then terrain, dice, and tools, but it's also still $165. So no, though, the plastic isn't the expensive part that's making it cost so much, but rules development and IP licensing does. Another thing to keep in mind with AMG set of games is that all of the rules are included with the expansions you buy, so you don't need to buy an additional core book and then possibly an expansion book for just the clones or for just the droids. And finally, and probably one of the biggest reasons these expansions are as highly costed as they are, is because they are one-time purchases for players. So yes, $50 can be a lot for 4 minis, or what equates to 3 units, but unlike other games, you won't need 3 of that same box to run just 1 full unit of clones. So, because AMG have to expect less sales from each individual box when compared to a company like Games Workshop or Mantic, I think they take into account that each box will likely only be bought once per customer instead of maybe 4 times, which means that the development cost on that box is a bit higher. Or if maybe we were expected to buy 3 or 4 of one unit, that cost might drop significantly, but that is what it is with a skirmish style game. Anyways, here at the end of the video, I want to say thanks to the members of the Guild Hall who are supporting the channel and podcast with your contributions. If you're shopping for your mini stuff online as well, consider using the Guild sponsors to help support an LGS that hosts game nights and a place to play for their local players, as well as supports us here. If you're in the UK, shop at Tritex and use the code TritexGGCB5 at checkout for an extra 5% off. And if you use that on a pre-order item like Agent Venom or some of the new Shatterpoint stuff at the appropriate time, it'll save you a total 25% off with their already discounted prices. And then if you are in the US, head to gamechefs.org and use the code GamersGuild, no spaces, to save an extra 15% off of their already discounted prices, which comes out to a really good bargain on your end. However, I will continue to say if you are shopping from your own LGS, just keep supporting them. We all understand and appreciate that. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on gaming.